we're going to our final session today. We'll be treating pitching. All right. Pitching is the art of seeking agreement. You can seek agreement for money, for sales, for partnership, to recruit. If you come to the natural and very dressed down approach to pitching is like toasting. All right. I mean, you can toast a babe or you can toast a guy. Toasting is both ways. Okay. So you can pitch for all of these things. Pitching is not meant to close the venture capitalist and grab the money as soon as possible. No, the essence of pitching is not to close the deal and collect the money. No, the purpose of a pitch is to qualify you for the next stage, which is due diligence. So your pitching is you want to win their heart. Like I said, it's like your first date. Your first date, all you are trying to do is to seek acceptance. I want to be desirable to this person. I want to be sought after. I want this person to see me as the person I'm looking for. And the truth is, an entrepreneur is always pitching. You will never stop pitching. At every level in your business, you will keep pitching. Okay, let's start getting into the fundamentals. Your pitching must follow the 10-20-30 rule. Now, I did some research. Some of these I got a lot of information from guys Kawasaki. He's very passionate about pitching. So some of the information I'm sharing here are tips that I got from listening to him, reading his materials, watching some of his videos on presentation and pitching. Now, he has this 10-20-30 rule. He says, number one, if you are going for a pitching session, your slide must be 10. Optimal slide 10, maximum 15. Don't go beyond 15 slides. Keep your pitching timing within 20 minutes. You have not more than 20 minutes to present, and your font, your PowerPoint font, must be 30 points in the minimal. Your 30 points must be the smallest fonts. Okay, so let me take it again. 10 slides optimal. You can go as much as 15. 20 minutes presentation and 30 points fonts. First thing, you need to cut crap. Skip the legends and get to the pitch. Stop all those stories about how your grandfather was a farmer, your father inherited it now because it's a farm in the family blood. No, nobody wants to hear all that story. Keep the details out of the slides. First 30 seconds of your pitch, you need to answer the question, what do we do? The venture capitalist is trying to ask, is just asking himself, what do you do? So get your product. Demo if it's allowed. Sometimes you may not have the time to demo, but if you have the time, you can ask them. I have a demo here. Can I run the demo? It's a 2 minutes demo. If they give you the chance, fine. If not, go ahead. You know, your pitching your starting off can go something like, our product enables you to relax your nerves, and this is what it looks like when you are agitated, and this is what it looks like after you use our product. Listen, when it comes to the business of pitching, especially the first 30 seconds, it's about crush or no crush. I mean, for you ladies, when you see a guy, you know, the first thing is, do I have a crush or do I not have a crush? At that point, you're not looking at whether he has money in the account, where he's working. The question is, the person I'm seeing, the specimen I'm looking at, do I have a crush? For a guy, is there chemistry or there is no chemistry? I mean, I'm just trying to bring, like, remember I said pitching is like toasting. Listen, if there's no chemistry, the other profiles, they don't matter. You see, when there's chemistry, that's you understand. So the question is, you need to start asking. The venture capitalist listening to you is asking one question: crush or no crush, chemistry or no chemistry. So you need to, within the first 30 seconds, establish that chemistry. Okay, you see someone you like for the first time. What makes that first initial liking? I saw him, I had a crush on him, or I saw her, I had chemistry for her. So this should guide you. Get to the product. This is what it is before you use our product. This is what it is after you've used our product. Okay, very important. Keep it simple. as much as possible, don't try to impress with industry jargons. If you are into some industry like medical industry sectors, please keep all those industry jargons out of the way. It doesn't impress them any better. Okay, impress the investor with how you intend to make your ideas fly. So what's that thing about my business idea that hits investors between the eyes? Very important. You need to look for that thing. What is it? Hit them between the eyes as quickly as possible. Okay, use the opposite text in defining your USP. Remember, unique selling proposition or unique sales positioning. Say something different from what your competitors will say. State your difference factor. If your competitors will say we have a competitive advantage, if you say it, if everybody says what everybody says, nobody says nothing. So keep away from words that you think or phrases that you think your competitors will likely normally have used if they were making the presentation. A pitching is about showmanship. It's about the show. So show the how. Now, in a pitching session, focus on showing the how. If it's an existing product and you just want to make it easier, faster, or better. But if it's something new that you are bringing into the market that has never been done before, show the what. Let me repeat again. Show the how. If it's an existing product or a service that you just want to make easier, faster, or better. Show the what. If it's something that's never been done before, that's something new. Okay. As much as possible, know your products very well. Practice this pitching session. Practice it every time. Practice before your mirror. Practice with people. Practice with everyday life. I mean, practice and be yourself when you're doing the pitch. Okay, let me go through. Remember we talked about the 10 slides, not more than 15 slides. Let me go through what you should capture in each of those slides. The first slide should contain just your logo, your name, and your title. This is your company logo. Your name is James Adisa, MD CEO. That's all you should have in your first slide. Okay. Second slide, the problem and the market opportunity. What problems do you solve? What does the problem? Why does this problem exist? How big is the problem? Can you quantify this problem? Remember you have 20 minutes for this or less. Slide number 3 is the solution. Here you bring in your product, your service, and the cost for which you are, for the NGOs, the cost for which you are setting up this business. Put your name, the name of your product or services immediately. You can have screen captures, photos, or demos. You need to state at this point the advantages your solutions have. What's the economic impact of your solution? Can you quantify what it is you are offering? Why should anyone trust your product? Who are those to be buying your product? What's the total sum of your buying power, of their buying powers? Okay. Slide number 4 is your business model. How will you make money? You know what? After every grammar, you don't answer this question to your investors or your venture capitalists, you're wasting your time. How will you make money? What's your go-to-market strategy? How will you reach your customers? What channels are you planning to use? What tractions do you presently have? Show what have you achieved so far. That traction, what traction do you already have? I already have 5 members of my family, 5 of my friends who are already placing orders. You need to show what traction you already have, because if it will work, it should have started working. How will you build momentum? All right, and what has it been? Like I said before, what is it planned to be, and how is it going to work so far? What has it been? If you've been doing some things, you need to show them things like, okay, maybe my business is built around subscriptions, my business is built around orders and all of that. What's your cash to cash cycle? Like I said, you've got to show what brings you money on periodic basis. So, okay, we have this for 30 days. You have this other one for 60 days. We have this other one for 3 months. We have this one for 2 weeks. That means we have something that generates us money to ensure that we run our cash flow. We take care of our overhead. Slide number 5, your underlying magic. What will you say to spark a connection here? What's your strategic relationships? Who do you know? Are they partners, customers, and that exist already? What database do you have to kickstart? Here you are trying to say things like, do you have any RPO? Do you have any trade secrets? What's the underlying magic in this your business? What's that key that you think you can drop if you put it, it will unlock the door. Now, slide number 6 is your marketing and sales plan. How do you plan to position and take control of the market? Slide number 7, your competition. Just flash logos of the top 3. You really don't need to list the names of your competition. Now, there's a way you do. I'll show you how you can do it. You can flash logos of the top 3, then state how you are different or better. Remember, different or better, right? State the unique edge of your product, and then use your logo to edge out the other logos. Just keep it simple and powerful. Look at this, for example. So you have this all this. Look at, for example, all these logos 1 to 6 are your competitors. Then you now edge them out and bringing in your own logo to say, even though we have all of these people in the market, they have their strengths, their weaknesses, but because of this thing that we are bringing in, we are sure that this company and our product and this value proposition is going to take a place in the market regardless of the existing competition. All right. Slide number 8 is about your team. Talk briefly about yourself. Mention maybe about 2 more people. You can put their pictures there, highlight a few of their qualifications that especially relates to the business you are running, and put their photos and positions preferably. Don't give the details of all the Harvard schools that they have attended. Don't read out all their profiles. Just a little the tips. Slide number 9, barriers to entry. Now here, you are not barriers to your entering the business, it's barriers to others. What keeps others outside this business? How defensive is your technology, right? Something like an expert on your team can serve as a barrier to entry. Skill can cover that barrier to entry. Now here we are talking about what stops others from entering. You can say, I mean, especially the fact that you have this encrypted code that only you guys have developed in Nigeria. It can be a barrier to other people entry. For the other ones, once they do their own, it can be easily cracked. This cannot, because it's encrypted, blah 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 blah. I mean, you've got to state that barrier to entry for others, not you. Slide number 3 is your projections, right? Projections, status, and timeline. Investments to date and by who, especially your own. What are all the investments to date? You need to show your 3-year to 5-year projections, and then show your break-even and profitability point. Now, if you look at this sample projection, it's shown the revenue, expense, and the net. It shows that we are going to break even by sometime 2nd year, and we start making profit from the 3rd year. They need to see this. Very important. Okay. Slide number 11, your capital request. This is where you're asking for the capital and the use of the proceeds. Request what you need. Okay. Use timeline over 6 months to 12 months to show how you will utilize the proceeds, and lay out the options of how you can use the funds, and state what you are willing to give for the funds. You cannot be asking for money for nothing. So they are bringing in equity because they want to take a share of the business. Slide number 12 is the same thing as slide number 1, only that it is your contact info and then the details, your other details. So you are still talking about James Adisa, MD CEO of this company, and then this is your address, your email address, and your phone number. Then the last one, because I used 13 slide, is your closing slide, slide 13, which is this is where you end. This is probably where you stop your presentation and flash this thing, because they ask you a question, you don't want to start wondering, okay, marketing and sales, was it slide 5 or slide 7? You need to put this, so at a glance you already know it's slide 6. So if they need you to get back, you can quickly rush back to slide 6 and show them something on marketing plans. So you've got to put that as your last slide. I think this is the end of my presentation. On Saturday at the presentation, at the main session, we'll be taking we'll watch 3 video clips where we show you different pitching, real life pitching that people have made. The first one, we're going to show you a formal and professional pitching that lasted for 7 minutes. Now, the second one, we're going to show you what we call a quick and zap elevation pitch. There are sometimes investors will come gather together and they will just request for 90 seconds pitch, which I think we might give a shot on Saturday. They just want you to make a 90 seconds pitch, and we're going to see where somebody made a pitch. So within, I think, about 5 minutes, he made a pitch and he won. Now then we are going to show you a real-time pitching session, 18 minutes pitching from a clip from the Dragon's Den. Okay, so we're going to watch a 30 minutes video clip. After that, after watching, we'll take comments, we'll review the characters, we'll analyze what happened, and then we'll now take pitching session. I think we just take about five people will come out and do their pitching, and we'll give them 3 minutes each. Thank you very much. I look forward to meeting you in class. This has been a wonderful experience, and I hope it's been useful to you. Thank you once more.